Welcome to Reviewsinsidetv, your go-to spot for everything tech, gadgets, and home products. Today, we're checking out a personal blender that's as much a conversation starter as it is a functional kitchen companion. It's the SMEG 50's retro-style personal blender, and we're going to find out if this stylish little machine delivers where it matters, or if it's all about the looks. At first glance, the SMEG Personal Blender stands out with its eye-catching retro design that evokes classic kitchen aesthetics. Featuring a backlit knob and two 600ml BPA-Free bottles, this blender seems to combine style with practicality. It comes with a 2-speed setting, allowing you to adjust based on the blending task at hand, whether you're mixing up smoothies, shakes, or other quick drinks. But can this blender live up to the hype? Let's get into the details. This personal blender isn't just about good looks. The 50's retro style is paired with some useful specifications. It comes with a 600-watt motor, which is generally standard for personal blenders. The backlit knob adds a modern touch to the vintage aesthetic, giving it that cool factor without sacrificing functionality. With 2 speeds, it's designed for easy control, allowing you to adjust for different blending needs, from blending soft fruits to tackling tougher ingredients. The 600ml BPA-free bottles are perfect for individual servings, whether you're at home or on the go. The use of BPA-free materials also means it's safer for health-conscious users. But here's where the rubber meets the road. While the design certainly looks great on your kitchen counter, does it perform under real-world conditions? I used the SMEG Personal Blender to make a few different items, ranging from smoothies with berries and leafy greens to protein shakes with ice and nuts. The first thing that stood out was the ease of use. The backlit knob not only looks good, but it's also super easy to adjust, even when you're in a rush. The 600ml bottles are also a nice touch. They're not too big, making them perfect for personal-sized servings, but large enough to make a satisfying amount of smoothie. Now, how did it perform? On the softer ingredients like berries, yogurt, and bananas, the blender worked smoothly on the lower speed. However, when it came to tougher ingredients like ice or harder fruits, it took a bit longer and the motor was noticeably louder on the higher setting. That's not necessarily a deal breaker, but it's worth mentioning if you're planning on blending tougher items frequently. The bottles are easy to screw on and off, which makes cleaning a breeze. The only real downside I found is the lack of a pulse option, which might have helped in fine-tuning the blending process for some tougher ingredients. But again, for everyday smoothies and shakes, this won't be an issue for most users. Looking at the pros, it's hard to ignore the stylish design. The SMEG blender has that perfect retro aesthetic that blends seamlessly into any modern kitchen. It's compact, easy to store, and the 2-speed function works well for most common blending needs. The backlit knob is a nice touch that adds an element of modern tech while still honoring that vintage charm. On the downside, there are a couple of things to consider. The lack of a pulse feature is a bit of a miss for those who like precision in their blending. Additionally, the motor, while functional, doesn't feel as powerful as some other personal blenders out there, particularly if you're used to higher wattage models. And while the 600ml bottles are fine for most, if you're someone who likes to make larger servings, you may find them a bit small. Now, when it comes to value for money, it's a bit of a mixed bag. The SMEG blender does offer a solid performance, but it's priced on the higher end of the spectrum for personal blenders. If you're after something sleek and stylish, the design might justify the price. However, if you're strictly looking for power and performance, you might be able to find a more powerful blender in the same price range, or even cheaper. For example, blenders like the NutriBullet Profit offer higher wattage and more power for a similar or lower price. But they don't quite match the aesthetic appeal of the SMEG model. When comparing this blender to other personal blenders on the market, the SMEG stands out primarily in terms of design. For performance, there are other models that might offer more robust motors or additional features, but few match the style and elegance of this one. If you want something that makes a statement in your kitchen and gets the job done for basic tasks, this is a solid pick. The build quality of the SMEG Personal Blender is impressive, with a solid, sturdy feel to the body. The retro finish not only looks great, but seems durable enough to withstand everyday use. The BPA-free plastic bottles are lightweight, but still feel strong enough to handle frequent blending. In terms of longevity, SMEG has a reputation for producing well-made, reliable appliances, so I'd expect this blender to hold up over time, assuming it's used for everyday tasks and not extreme heavy-duty blending. I didn't have to reach out to customer support during my time testing this blender, but SMEG is known for having responsive and helpful service. Most reviews online indicate that their customer service team is approachable and effective when it comes to handling any issues, which is always reassuring when investing in a product at this price point. In terms of updates, there aren't really any software or firmware updates to discuss with a product like this. It's a basic blender that doesn't require constant updates or changes. That's a good thing. It means you can just enjoy using it without worrying about compatibility or version issues. So, after everything's said and done, is the SMEG 50's retro-style personal blender worth your time and money? The blender certainly does the job when it comes to everyday tasks like making smoothies and shakes, and it's a real showstopper in terms of design. If you're in the market for a blender that blends style with practicality, and you don't need the highest performance for tough ingredients, this is a solid option. However, if you're looking for something more powerful or with additional features like a pulse function, you may want to explore other alternatives in this price range. Thank you for watching this review. If you're thinking about picking up the SMEG 50's retro style personal blender, you can find the link in the comments box below. If you already own one, or if you have any questions, feel free to drop them in the comments. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Goodbye till next time. Keep blending in style.